Hi, good afternoon. Today we're doing the quick review on the Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Rainmaker set. First and foremost, this is my third attempt. My first couple of videos did not save, and now my computer is not working, so all the cool little features I was going to add in are not going to show up. Alright, first thing we're going to take a look at real quick is the back of the box, which shows you their characters. I'm not going to be able to probably get it in the whole frame due to my setup, but it is just simply their box that they have for the War for Cybertron. It's got a nice window. It has some beautiful artwork on it. Let me just go ahead and turn here, where it shows the three Rainmakers. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with who the Rainmakers are in Transformers Legends, they only appear really in one episode of the original cartoon. They have made some appearances in comic books recently. Sorry, my tripod does not want to stand again. This video just does not want to be made. Give me a second here. There we go. So they first appear, and their only appearance in the cartoon was in an episode called Divide and Conquer, in which Optimus Prime is injured, and a team of Autobots and humans have to go to Cybertron to find a component that would help heal Optimus. Shockwave sends out this trio who uses their special acid rain ability to shut down the Autobots. But for some reason, it does not work on the humans. They have the Generation 1 cartoon Trijet look, or Terrajet look, that debuts in the original miniseries, which basically they look like little flying pyramids with a point, which these ships do really well of capturing that look of, with the exception of if you look at the underside and you see their legs. I know it's hard for Hasbro to do anything like make it cartoon accurate because of the transformation schemes, so I try not looking at the legs as best I can, but they do stick out. And just to give you another kind of look at it, now I don't have any of my Cybertron figures anymore. I had to sell them all off. I do still have my War Within Thundercracker figure from the Titanium line, which just shows another version of that same design. As you can see, they basically kept the same elements. Now, I do feel that these are much closer than this. And just real quick, just going to show them real quick with Red Wing, who's another member of the mold. And, you know, they all have the same look. The differences are, of course, the primary colors and the secondary colors, but also the battle damaging. These three all have the same battle damage paint marks, whereas Red Wing gets them into a few different spots, but it is pretty much the same exact paint. You can see here, let me go ahead and grab acid. It's real faint on him, but they follow the exact same patterns, it looks like. Alright, so just real quick, now for two of these, Ion Storm and Solar Storm, this is their first figure. For Acid Rain, his first figure actually appeared in Generations a few years back as a traditional jet. Alright, so I'm going to be using Acid Rain as the example here, so I can just show you up close everything that it has. It has, you know, a jet-like look. It has a long nose cone, the fake window here that makes it look like a cockpit, and, you know, the sides with the guns. You can place the guns right here, and that way there's not a parts former, but hold on one second. I've had some issues with this Acid Ray finger, that's why I'm using it. For some reason, this one is really, really tight, whereas all other three members of my mold for this kind of are great. This one just really sticks. And that's why I'm going to use him as the example here. So yeah, you can post it there as well, but it doesn't really have that same look to it. Otherwise, see, he unpopped. This figure, for some reason, this one just does not like staying together, which is fine. I'm probably going to use the other Acid Rain in the display since that's his first. But as you can see, overall, it's good. Now the legs do stand out, as I told you a little bit before. And of course, on the back, the cockpit. Makes no sense. But there it is. There we go. Alright, so transformation is really easy, and I'll be doing it 3 times for you. You're going to take off the guns. You're going to go ahead and open up that. And you're going to kind of drop it down. Now this is not on a pin. It does pop off a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and get that up. bring up the wings, and you can kind of just see how his whole body folds in there. So you're going to go ahead, now these are normally tabbed in, but his won't stay into there. And I'll probably show you that with the other versions. Bring the legs down, turn the arms up, turn them at the waist, undo the feet of majiggies, and you've got the legs. Now the hands and arms are really cool. So as you can see, I mean, you can tell where they are, but they're hidden in a nice fold-in spot. So you're going to take that, you're going to pull down, then you're going to fold out the arm and shut it. And now he has his arm. We're going to do the same thing over here, because why make anything different? I think very few Transformers have different transformation schemes for their arms. The only one I can think of off the top of my head was X-Bron from Robots in Disguise. The original Robots in Disguise. Alright, so now that we've almost got this done, we're going to go ahead and pull the cockpit up and try to tab it into place. Again, he does not like staying together, and you'll see that when I do the other ones. See, it's already popping off up there. Maybe I should have done the other ones first to show you that it was good, but hey, I figured I'd start with the worst one of the lot. Alright, now his head comes up. There is a piece here that you're supposed to take and fold all the way in, but again, his figure just does not. Oh, I got to go in. Usually I leave it kind of up to try to make the head look like it's on a more solid base, but we'll leave it. You're going to take this, you're going to split them, you're going to bring them up, and if you can't tell, there are some tabs here that you're just going to kind of line up. And what's really good is in all three versions of my figure, that connection is really tight. You're going to go ahead and bring this back in, fold the wings in, and this folds down. There's a little slot and tab here. Bam. So here we go. Go ahead, put the guns back where they're supposed to be. You can either do their forearms or up top. I usually do up top here. It gives it much more of that Generation 1 look. And when I show you some of the Generation 1 toys, you'll understand. But here we go. So that's what he looks like in robot mode. And just for comparison, I forgot to do this, so I'm going to bring it in real quick. Just want to show the traditional Seeker look using Generation 1's Thundercracker. Just to give you a kind of hint of just, you know, size and scale. Thundercracker, of course, is bigger and, you know, much heavier in weight. But that's because they used a little bit more die-cast back then. Alright, so now we're going to go into Ion Storm, aka the blue one here. And we're going to do the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit a real quick pause, and then we'll show the robot modes off. Be right back. Alright, so now we have Ion Storm in robot mode. And as you can see, I'm going to bring them both a little bit closer here. Make a liar out of me here. They are identical, except for the base colors. The paint scarring is the same, just in different colors. The head is exactly the same. And you're going to see that as it continues on for the mold. The only one that's different of the three I have of the mold is Red Wing, who has that different smirking face, which for some reason Starscream didn't get. Alright, again, pause real quick, and I'll get the other one into mode there for you. Alright, so now we have all three in robot mode. And as you can see, even Solar Storm here has that same identical patterns, which is kind of boring. I understand why they did it. It's cheaper that way. But at the same time, I kind of wanted a little bit more variation of the figures so that you can see different personality to them, which is kind of against what the cartoon did. The cartoon, of course, kept them as a traditional, really bland color scheme. And that's one of the things that the original cartoon did, is stock characters really were boring-looking characters. And there were quite a few Seekers in the background of different shots, mostly because of miscoloring and for miscoloring reasons. But Hasbro and the fan base have given those same characters over the years their own names and identities, like Nacelle and, well, these three. And, you know, they're basic. They're Seekers. They've got the Seekers looks. They have the very Seeker-esque silhouette with the capes formed from the wings. They have the little prong thingies here, the traditional Seeker head, which everyone looks like Starscream, the missiles, and by keeping the guns as something that pops off and you have to reattach, there's still parts formers, which is great, and that it is a wonderful reference to the original Generation 1 toy line. But here they are. I'm going to show off just how they are in size real quick here. I'm just going to grab Siege Megatron, who is about a head taller. And here they are with the Generations Acid Storm, Skywarp, Dirge. Now, of course, a lot of people have complained in the recent toy lines that there's a lot of repaints. As you can see, Generation 1 was known for repaints. All of them. All the Seekers were the same exact toy. The only difference with the Coneheads is the instructions told you to leave this piece up. If you look, this, bam, done. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab Starscream. We've got Combiner Wars Thundercracker. And we will also have, let me see here, Thrilling 30 Jaxus. Again, I just want to kind of show off the look here that the three Seekers have that same Seeker design. And sorry, my Generation 1 Thundercracker is falling apart. Not the best produced toy. But as you can see, prongs, helmet, chest piece, guns on the sides. Yeah, so excuse me for a second, I'm getting a glass of water and finish up the shot for you. Alright, sorry about that. Joys of living in Florida while there's a hurricane coming and you have asthma. So, real quick, again, I just want to show off that the mold has pretty much not changed so far. At least for the Target line ones. They all seem like they're identical, with the exception of the primary and secondary colors. Now, the difference is with Red Wing, you do get a little bit more coloring. And let's go ahead and try to get him into shot here. He, unlike Acid Storm or the other two, has a different face. And what he has is a smirk, which is much more reminiscent of Starscream. Now, I do want to talk about quality. Now, obviously, you heard me talk about how this guy doesn't like to stay together as well as the other ones. But at the same time, he feels more well put together than this one. I've had noticed here that with the different Siege line figures, the select figures feel really, really cheap in comparison. Especially comparison to Ricochet and Jazz. There's a difference in quality entirely. And it's too bad, because I really like the design figures. Now, for the Siege line, I do have a couple of toys, but I'm trying to only collect now characters who have never had a figure before. So, you won't be seeing me do a lot of other Siege characters. But I am doing this group shot for you guys of the different Seekers. And I just want to show a real last comparison here. And we're going to use the Titanium War Within Thundercracker. Now, his transformation is completely different, which is really cool because it's an old toy, of course, but it just shows that, you know, the same designs, that they can go differently. Now, for him, they try to keep him look as much of a jet as they could. So you don't have any of those features hanging off, sorry, Starscream, such as the legs, but you can still see the hands and visible head in the back. So unlike the other ones where this piece would split up, this becomes the back. These come down, they churn. I still love all the clicking sounds this one makes. Now, the only titanium figures I still have are my Optimus, my Fallen, and this guy. Anything else I think I've sold. If not, I will be selling. So again, same design basics, and you get a different look, which is basically how the evolution of Seekers has gone. Now, they do try to keep similar things here, such as the cockpits being the chest, but not all of them do. In this example, they all do, but there were some other Seekers from other lines that don't. The majority of them get these wonderful things that give them that nice look. They get, oops, sorry, Generation 1 toys, they fall apart. You get the wings, which are used for the silhouettes, and for the most part, they're pretty fucking uniform. But they are what they are. Now, as far as these three go, they are Target exclusive, as is Red Wing, but you can only pick up these guys in the stores or online. They are expensive. They're $70 unless you have a red card, which point you get a discount. But I really, really like them. Now, normally the figures themselves are $20 a piece or $30 a piece, so getting all three in one was kind of nice, although if they're $20 a piece, I got ripped off. Huh. Oh well. But they are exclusives. They're not going to be for everybody. Again, they have the same battle damage scarring. The quality control on Acid Rain makes me a little bit nervous. But if you're a collector and you're trying to finish off all the Generation 1 characters like I am, it's a must-have. Alright, so that was that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Please check out my eBay sales below. Now, I am about to evacuate Florida, so I'm not going to put anything up for the next week or so. Unfortunately, Dorian's about to nail where I am. Specifically, where I am. Jim Cantori was in my town last night. Alright, so that's the end of this video. Hopefully I can get my computer up and running and edit in some effects for you guys. Thank you.